Hi guys, welcome to Linux our YouTube channel. My name is Ram Mishra and I'm your online instructor. So what's in this video? In this video we will talk about match pattern in secure shell. But before start the lab session we need to understand few points, which is what is match pattern in SSD, secure shell, and their use cases. So basically match pattern in SSD configuration allows administrator to apply specified configuration or restrictions to a subset of users or address based on specified criteria. This feature provides fine-grained control over SSH access and can help enhance security and manageability in the server environment. In secure shell configuration file, the match pattern directive is followed by one or more criteria like user criteria, group criteria, address or host criteria. When the specified criteria are matched, the configuration option within the match block are applied. The match options act as a conditional block, and if all of the given conditions are specified over on OpenSSH, it can overwrite global configuration file using this pattern. So you can limit or grant access to the SSD features with the match option. And one thing we need to remember, we need to ensure these are placed at the bottom of the file to prevent overruling. So let's start the lab session and we'll see how we can use match pattern in secure shell configuration file SSD. So here you can see this is my VMware workstation and currently I am working two virtual machines. Both VM is based on RHEL 9 operating system. These are server, you can see node 1, or this is client, you can see node 2. So let me log in one by one and show you the OS release version and IP address of the VM. So I clear the screen, host name CTL, the machine name is server.example.com. This is RHEL 9.3, and if I talk about the IP address of this machine is 192.168.0.1. Let's go to the node 2 or second VM. So if I'm logged in with root user account and the password is Red Hat in my machine, host name CTL station1.example.com, and if I try IP address show, you can see the IP address is 192.168.0.2. So uh, this is the current condition on my both machine, VM1 and VM2. There are many patterns are available for host pattern, for SSHD pattern, for match pattern. With match option to match some condition and change global behavior of SSD configuration file. For get more information about those options, we need to look through man ssd underscore config file, and here we can search match. So here you find out, look at that, introduce a conditional block here. So the option, the criteria, how we can apply, everything is here. So here I'm going to demonstrate few very important possible options which are very useful for Linux administrator. Those are like address option, user option, and group option, right? Rest of the things are mentioned here, we can go and refer from here. So let's go with the first example. The first example is allow root login access from particular host but disallow from everyone, right? So by default in RHEL line, what happened, no one can access root shell access. Root SSH login is disabled from ssd.configuration file. Let's check it. Suppose I'm here on the second machine and I run SSH root at the rate 192.168.0.1, my first machine IP address. Are you sure to continue? I said yes, and give the password Red Hat. The password is Red Hat. See, if I'm trying to give the right password, it gives me error permission denied. Even if I'm trying to log in on the same machine, like here, SSH root at the rate 192.168.0.1, yes, Red Hat, see, it's not working. So I'm not able to log in. So let's add match pattern and allow root access only from 192.168.0.2. That means my second VM, right? So let's open the etc ssh ssd.configuration file and go to the bottom, add new line here, and here we will put up the new entry. Here we will add our match pattern entry, right? So let me copy from my notepad. Yeah, here it is. So look at that. Allow root login only for 192.168.0.2 and 192.168.1.0/24. So starting from match, then the option, the pattern you can say, some criteria, and permit root login I said yes, and password based authentication say yes. So here I'm using one option which is address, which specify the IP address, or we can also use IP or subnet to match in the CIDR format. So here I'm allowing root SSH only from 192.168.2 and 192.168.1.0 network. Now save and quit, and let's restart the services SSD. Now time to check. If I try to check root SSH again from node 2, this time should work. Let's go back here. Earlier it is asking permission, it is saying permission denied. Let's see. Password is red hat. See, I'm able to log in, right? It's working fine. Let me exit. Even if I'm trying to check from the local machine one more time from the same machine, I'm not able to log in. Red hat. See, I'm not able to log in because I just allow only for 0.2 and 1.0 network. So this is how we can use this small address pattern, which is very, very important. Address pattern, right? Let's move to the another example, which is user option. This option specifies the user to match. For example, I want to disable SSH password authentication for specified user only. I want to force key-based authentication rather than password-based authentication for specified user. Not for all, only for one or two or three users. So let's do it. What I will do, I will quit from here first, and I will make three user first. User add A, B, C. Let me set the password. I set password small password 1212. Sorry, password not match. No worries. Let me go one more time. 1212. Okay. For the B, 1212. For C, 1212. Cool. Now let me check A, B, and C by the ID command. So here you can see three users available. And now default behavior is that if I'm trying to hit all three users from node 2, it will go with password based authentication, right? Let's check it first. So I'm here. So if I try SSH A at the rate 192.168.0.1, it is asking password. Yeah. Let me control C. Similarly, I try to check for B. Yep, password. Similarly for C. C, again password. So that's a default behavior. You can see all three users go with password based authentication. Now let me disable SSH password based authentication specify for user A and B, not for C. So how we can do that? We can put up this entry using user match pattern, right? So again, I need to open my configuration file, and now for this one, I have the entry disable password based authentication only for user A and B. So let me copy. I'll copy and I'll paste it here. Now you can see disable password based authentication only for user A and B. So match this time option is user, which user A and B. Similarly, I can mention group here and the group name, and password based authentication no. So let's see what happened this time. Again, I need to restart the services to take the effect. So I restarted. Now time to check. Let's check from node 2 what the current condition. So if I'm trying to go with A first, see, permission denied, right? It's key based authentication. It's forcing for key based authentication. Similarly for B, again should deny. Yes. But if I go for C, should work. Yes. It work for password based authentication. I give the password 12 and I'm able to log in. So here you can see A and B is now set for key based authentication, while C can still go with the password based authentication. So this is how we can use user based match option. Let's move one more example, which is group based option. So we can also use just like user, we use user. Similarly, we can go with group also. In the same pattern, if I create a group, suppose I create Google group and I mention match group name, and A and B is the member of that group, so automatically they will set for the key based authentication. So in this example, we will let two user Bob and Jack and one Linux group, and we will make an example of match group by adding those users into the group. Okay. So let me create a group, say group add command. I create a group named Linux, and let me add Bob and Jack user as a secondary group of this Linux group. So I'll create a user add capital G Linux Bob user as well as Jack user. Let me set the password Bob12. Similarly for Jack 1212. Cool. Now let's verify with the help of groups command Bob and Jack. So you can see Bob user is the member, secondary member of Linux group, as well as Jack user also is the member of Linux group, right? So now you can see both Bob and Jack user become the member of Linux group, and let's make a first of all banner file for Linux group only, right? So I will demonstrate on the banner way. So I make a file tc banner.txt, okay, and let me set some nice banner for that one. So I just copy my banner entry. Welcome to this server, example banner for Linux group only, right? Now what I need to do, I'll save and quit, and now I need to open my configuration file again, ss.configuration file, and I need to define my group based entry also, right? So let me add these lines. Specify a Linux group to match. So I here match the entry match, just like user I mentioned the group Linux group Linux, and banner, which banner, etc banner.txt, right? So now I'll save and quit and take the restart SSD services. Now what happened? Now if I try to hit from Bob or Jack user, we will get the banner, but if I try to go with another user like C user, I will not get any kind of banner because that banner is only set for Linux group. Let's try. So I'm on the client side. Let me try to log in with Bob first. Bob at the rate IP address. Yeah, welcome to this circle server example banner for Linux group. Okay, let's go with the Jack. Should work also because both are the member of Linux group. Yeah, it's working. And what about the C? If I'm trying to log in with C user, no, it's not. 1, 2, I'm logged in. So you can clearly see when we try to hit with Bob and Jack user, we will get the banner. But when we try to hit with C, we will not get this banner message. So this is group option, guys. That's the group environment, right? So in this demo, I demonstrate some common example for match pattern. More match pattern will be available in man ssd.configuration file, which I have already told you. You can go with man ssd underscore config and search for match one. So here it is. So n number of options like user, group, host, local address, local port, our domain address are available, and we can take the help from here to better understand what is the concept of match pattern. So guys, that's all about this demo. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned new things. Soon I will come up with another new interesting topic. Till then, keep practicing. If you feel something I have missed or you wanted to know more something else, please reach out through my social media link, which is mentioned in the description. If you like this video, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button for the latest update. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.